Hello, hello, what's up my friends? Sorry if it's a little windy, a little bit loud, but I'm on a beautiful beach right now and I'm loving it. So it's a beautiful day. We actually got a little bit of a rainstorm earlier. It came down pretty good, but it's absolutely beautiful today. And you can see we got this beach to ourselves, just me and Hunter. And I do have my family with me. I got my wife, my father, we got one of our friends with us here. Wanted to make a quick video and talk about gratitude. Gratitude is a very powerful emotion. You can influence significant positive change in your life. And this is no woo-woo type BS. This is backed up in science. This is backed up with plenty of research, such as the Heart Math Institute. They've done all sorts of great research on this. So when I say gratitude, most people know what gratitude is, right? It's appreciation. It's feeling thankful and grateful for something or someone or whatever, right? It's truly a powerful emotion that feels really good and fulfilling inside. When you feel grateful, usually you feel grateful when you receive something, or somebody's, nice to you, somebody compliments you, or something really wonderful happens in your life. Well, that's typically when you feel gratitude, right? Well, what if I was to tell you that by intentionally bringing up the emotion of gratitude on a daily basis could start to radically change your life for the better? And the reason is because you start to radically change your brain, change your perspective, your awareness. All right, so I had to stop recording real quick because there was a sea duck on the beach here and my dog was eyeballing it. And it went back in the water. I just had to make sure he didn't try to chase after it, because he is a Labrador retriever and he loves to retrieve. So anyways, what I was saying is, you can start to harness the power of your own internal physiological systems through the emotions you intentionally create, and start to intentionally project onto your mind, onto your body. The whole intention is to generate the emotion of gratitude inside of you. You could see I kind of naturally just grabbed my heart when I said that, because you'll start to feel it. You start to feel it in your body. As you start to change the way you perceive, think, your awareness, your natural thought processes, as you start to become more present and conscious in your daily life, you will become more aware of how emotions feel in your body and what thoughts are triggering them. And that's important, because when you intentionally create the emotion associated with gratitude, that's very powerful. If you want to start to change your life for the better, regardless of what your goals are, what your objectives are, it doesn't matter if you want to make more money, you want to have a better relationship, you just want to wake up happy every day. It doesn't matter what that ultimate goal is. If you start to harness the power of gratitude on a daily basis, then you will start to change your life. You'll start to change your brain. And the more you do it, the easier it'll be to do. And you'll just naturally be in a grateful state, a more fulfilling, joyful state. And along with that comes everything else: confidence, abundance, prosperity, joy, happiness, just feeling good for no reason whatsoever. Because you don't have to have a reason, because you'll start to train your brain to naturally be happy. Wouldn't that be amazing? I know I've done it, and millions of people are doing it. And it would be a fantastic way for everybody to live their life, right? Imagine if you could just switch your emotions, your state of being like that, with a snap of fingers. It's possible. And I know it's possible because I've done it, and now there's science coming out about it. So how do you do it? One way you could start to implement this into your life: as soon as you wake up in the morning, There's a fantastic way of creating a very fulfilling state of being first thing in the morning, and that's by feeling gratitude. Now, how do you do that? Well, it's simple. Think back to a time where you really felt grateful and thankful for something. Maybe the birth of a child, maybe you got a raise at work, maybe someone sent you a really nice email or a letter in the mail, or somebody just said something very nice to you. And it doesn't matter what it was that made you feel grateful. It could be anything. It could just be a simple compliment. Oh, your hair looks nice, right? You feel a sense of gratitude for that. But what I want you to do is think of something that you truly are grateful for. Maybe your spouse, maybe your children, maybe your parents, maybe your friends, maybe it is your job, right? I'm sure you can find something. And if you can't, another easy one is, think of your pet. Most people get a sense of gratitude by thinking about their pets. So there's different ways to drum up that emotion, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to drum up the emotion. So it doesn't matter what the thought is or the memory. Think of something that makes you feel grateful and feel it. Feel it. If you have to close your eyes, close your eyes. What I like to do is I like to take a few deep breaths. It might be 3, 4, 5, 6 breaths. Deep breaths where I breathe in deep into my stomach, into my chest. I focus kind of on that heart region as it goes in and out. I close my eyes. Doesn't matter if you're breathing through your nose or your mouth, whatever. You could do whatever you like. Just, there's, like I said, there's no exact way of doing this, as long as you could drum up the emotion of gratitude. So after you take a few deep breaths, that'll really ground you into the present moment. So it's good to take those deep breaths beforehand or during this process, right? So take a few deep breaths. Think of what it was that you're grateful for, or think of something that maybe you would really love to have in your life that you would truly feel grateful about. That's another way of doing it. So drum up that state of being grateful, of feeling grateful, truly appreciative about something. Feel it. It's like a warm, fuzzy feeling. You start to feel really good about it and dwell on it. If your mind pulls you away from it and starts to think about your email and your text messages, all the problems of your life, just continue breathing. Take a few deep breaths and get back into that state of gratitude. You might have to do it every 10 seconds because your mind's going to start pulling you in different directions, and that's okay. This is a practice. If you do this every day, you will get better and better at it, to the point where you could sit there and be grateful for an hour and your mind never really wanders. You just feel amazing. So start to do that and think of something you're grateful for. A good number is like thinking maybe of 3 different things that you're grateful for. Like I'll sit there sometimes first thing in the morning and I'll just do this for a few minutes. I take a few deep breaths. I think of 3 different things I'm truly grateful for. The emotion is the powerful aspect of it, not the thought or the memory. The emotion is really where the power lies. It starts to change your physiology. So get into that state and you'll feel it, because you'll feel that warm fuzzy feeling going through your body, and just focus on it for a few minutes. You could focus on one thing to be grateful for and just think about it and dwell on that thing that really makes you feel grateful, or think of 3 different things like I do. That way you can kind of transition into each one. You could even focus on different areas of your life, like maybe your career, your passions, maybe your family, your friends, your relationships, and maybe other things that you're working towards, right? So there's plenty of different ways to do this, but take your deep breaths, focus on 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for, and really dwell on it for a few minutes. Even if you did this for 1 or 2 minutes, you can start to feel that change in your physiology. The more time you spend doing this, the better. But I would say, at first, if you've never done this, it might be challenging just to do it for a few minutes. But the beautiful thing about this is, because of the way your brain starts to adapt and change, you could turn this into an automatic habit. So I don't know if you watched my video on the mind, the subconscious and conscious mind, and I mentioned in there something that you do over and over again, your brain will see that is something habitual that you're doing or thinking, and it will create an automatic program for it in your brain where you don't even have to consciously work on it or try it. You just naturally do that. Now imagine waking up every day automatically being grateful because you programmed your brain. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that amazing that you could feel joy and gratitude and excitement and love and all these great emotions that are tied to gratitude because you've programmed it in your brain, because you took a few minutes every morning and did it over and over again? That's where the power lies. You want to get to that point, which is where I'm at. And it's amazing, and I never thought it would be possible because it's so simple, but it is so amazing, right? So start to do this every day. Make this part of your daily routine. I don't know anybody who doesn't have a few minutes first thing in the morning. As soon as you wake up, sit up on the edge of your bed, plant your feet on the ground. As you come to your senses, start taking those deep breaths. Don't grab your phone, don't do anything else. Just get grounded, get present, take a few deep breaths. If you want to take 5 or 6 or 10 breaths, even better. I'd say take a minimum of 3. That'll really start to ground you. Your mind might try to pull you away and start thinking of things. Just let that drift by. Let those thoughts drift by. Get present. Start to feel gratitude. Think of those things that make you feel gratitude. Maybe it's 1 or 2 or 3 things. Focus on them for a few minutes. And if you end up spending 10 minutes doing this, this is great, right? There's no hard set rules on this. We're talking about the mind and the body and the spirit. There's no hard set fast rules on this, right? And watch your life start to change over time. You'll immediately feel that gratitude right then and there. But over time, you do this every morning, maybe even a couple times a day, your brain will start to change. You're going to start to change, and you will start to live an exceptional life. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day.